Kylian Mbappe just broke a record that Lionel Messi has held for 3 years. And France still lost the match 6-4. That is not a typo. 6-4, the highest scoring third-place match in World Cup history. 10 goals, in Miami, in a match that nobody wanted to play. And Mbappe still walked away with the biggest individual moment of this entire tournament. Let me tell you exactly what happened, and why it changes everything about tomorrow's World Cup final. First, the match itself, because 6-4 does not happen without an extraordinary story. England came out of the blocks at breathtaking pace. Inside the first 45 minutes, Bukayo Saka scored twice. Declan Rice smashed one in from range. Ezri Konsa added a fourth from a set piece. England 4, France 0 at half-time. The first time in the entire history of French football that they had conceded 4 goals in a single half at a major tournament. Australian legend and former Socceroos goalkeeper Mark Schwarzer, on BBC commentary, called it disastrous and embarrassing. And he was right. But football, especially this World Cup, never gives you an easy finish. France came back, and they came back with everything they had. Kylian Mbappe, still the most dangerous player on this planet when the ball arrives at his feet in space, scored in the 48th minute, 4-1. He scored again in the 66th, 4-2. The comeback was on. Bradley Barcola added a third for France, 4-3. The lead that looked completely safe at half-time was suddenly looking incredibly fragile. And then, deep into stoppage time, Ousmane Dembele fired one in to make it 4-4. But England found an answer. Saka stepped up and converted a penalty, 5-4. And then Jude Bellingham, who had been on the bench for the entire match, came on in the second half and produced the moment the whole world will be talking about. A brilliant individual finish, his 7th goal of this entire World Cup tournament. 6-4, full time, England finished 3rd. Their best World Cup performance since winning the tournament 60 years ago in 1966. Point 1. The record, and this is the one that changes everything about tomorrow. Mbappe's 2 goals took his career World Cup total to 22. Lionel Messi's all-time record, which he set across 5 World Cup tournaments over 16 years, was 21. Mbappe didn't just equal it, he broke it, in a losing team, in the 3rd-place match, in a game nobody even wanted to play. If you wrote this as a script, nobody would believe it. Point 2. The Golden Boot is basically decided. Mbappe now has 10 goals at this single tournament alone. Messi sits on 8, heading into tomorrow's final. For Messi to catch Mbappe on the Golden Boot, he would need to score at least 3 goals in the World Cup final, against a Spanish defence that has conceded just 1 single goal in the entire tournament. Not impossible, but about as close to impossible as football gets. Mbappe is almost certainly walking away with the Golden Boot without even setting foot on the pitch in the final. The individual prize settled before the biggest match of the year. Point 3. And here is the part that actually matters most of all. Messi does not care about the Golden Boot right now, not even slightly. He cares about one thing: winning his final World Cup match ever. Argentina are chasing back-to-back World Cup titles, something no nation has achieved since Brazil in 1962, 64 years ago. Messi is 39 years old, in the twilight of the most extraordinary career in football history. This is not just his last match of this tournament. This is the last World Cup match Lionel Messi will ever play on this earth. The record is gone. Mbappe has it now. But the trophy, the only thing Messi has ever truly wanted from this tournament, is still sitting there, waiting, in New Jersey, tomorrow morning. Set your alarms now. 5 a.m. AEST on Monday morning for Melbourne and Sydney viewers. 4:30 a.m. in Adelaide, 3 a.m. in Perth, both live and free on SBS and SBS On Demand. Argentina versus Spain, Messi versus Yamal, the defending champions versus the European champions, and the greatest player who has ever lived, playing the last World Cup match of his life. Half of Australia is about to watch a World Cup final before they have even had their first coffee of the morning. And you know what? It is absolutely worth it. Who wins tomorrow? Argentina or Spain? And what is your score prediction? Drop it in the comments right now. I am replying to every single one today. Subscribe and hit the bell. The Football Desk will be here Monday morning with the full reaction from New Jersey and everything that happens after the final whistle. See you tomorrow.